friends. Welcome to Coding Garden with CJ. My mic is working great. Welcome to somewhat of a chill and hangout stream where I will be working on my overlay to show Twitch subscribers on it. 2 seconds late, I'm sorry. So we'll be doing that, and then also just in general brainstorming ideas on how I can manage all of the suggestions and topic ideas and upcoming streams and my schedule and all the stuff that I don't really do right now. So we can talk about that today. That's the plan. Welcome everyone to the show. Let me do that. Cool. And hello, Murdoch. Welcome. Yes, Murdoch is now a VIP. Welcome, Murdoch. And hello, Linus and Sacred Gaming and Saint Plays Things, who says this is exactly what I need while I sit through an online course in business management. Well, hopefully you can learn that while watching. Yeah, and hello, Paul and Aaron. Welcome. And Kevin and Refactorer and Eternal Dev Coder. What's up? And I'm not a Twitch partner. It's a little confusing because I did say I was gonna wait, but I am an affiliate. I went ahead and enabled all the affiliate things. Right now we're only streaming on Twitch. This is the way things are now. But I do have an affiliate a partner application in, so we'll see if it gets approved. Yeah, just affiliate. And hello, Kevin. Yes, there are subs and channel points and all that good stuff. And okay, so you all can help me figure out what are the best prices for these things because, I mean, the thing is people were spamming it yesterday, and I don't want the rewards to be something that just anybody can do. I want them to be a little bit special, but you all can help me set a fair price. How about that? We'll figure out a fair price for rewards today. And thanks for the follow, Fabs. Much appreciated. And buenos dias, Extavia. Welcome. Yep. Hello, Lakshman. Welcome. Yeah, so we got I got this. I started to theme my overlay here, so when people redeem stuff, it'll show up like that. And Murdoch redeemed this whenever I was not quite streaming, but I did take a sip of my yerba mate. There's another one for you. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, what's up, 132 day? And hello, Andrew Lane. Hello, Amin. Yep, we're going to be working on that overlay and just brainstorming. You all can help me basically figure out what's the best way to manage all these things. Yeah, and we'll figure out a good price for the things. That's the plan. Yeah. And hello, Amin. And thanks for the follow, Reiku. Or Rake? Rake. And hello, Plop. And Archluke. Greg says, I think I just saw an ad, or CJ wasn't that excited about Papa John's. Yeah, so that's one of the things, now that I've enabled affiliate, ads are enabled on my channel. I don't think I can disable them. I can just control when they show up. So that's a thing. Potentially, partners can have more control. I don't really know, but we'll figure that out. And thanks for the follow, Zlaj Gigi. Welcome. Yes, I was on time. I mean, 2 seconds, but we were there. Hello, Euclidean Ace. Welcome. Good morning, Bogas. And hello, Kevin, and Lakshman, and 132 day. And Abdullah, and One Line of Me, and Ultimate Rhyme, and Bleefy. Yeah, so the drop command is to play this game here. So if you do ! Drop, it's just going to drop a seedling. If that seedling lands in the garden, you will get your name on the leaderboard. You can also do ! Drop me, and that will drop your avatar. Look, there's Linus Dev, and there's Saints Place Things. And you can also do ! Drop followed by some sort of emote or something like that. Not something like that. It's an emote or an emoji. I didn't say that. I'm sorry. An emote or emoji. And if it lands here, you'll get your name on the board. And hello, Alan. Welcome. Everyone should check out Alka's channel. There. He is a bot on this channel. He's also a real person, so check him out. And hello, Ekerish Cool, and Alana, and Untold, and Shash, and Shines Love. Yeah, we got ads here. It's kind of unfortunate because I don't like ads, but okay. Hello, Jan. Pre-roll ads are auto-run by Twitch. Okay. And hello, Infomath Music, welcome. And Kamayaba Samadhi, welcome. Murdoch is saying, once the newness wears off, the channel points will eventually be less spammy. So there's so many bonus. Yeah, that's true. 300 for a follow, 350 for the first monthly cheer, gift sub, etc. Okay, so we'll figure out what are some good prices. Yeah, so I'm only showing VIP, mod, and founder badges. I'm not showing any of the extra badges because that requires more code that I couldn't exactly figure out. So for now, it's just VIP, mod, and founder. And how am I doing today? Help me through the worst business process management online lecture ever. I'm doing good. I got a good amount of sleep. I'm ready to code some things. We're going to get into it. It's a seedling. I always thought it was a potato. No, it's a seed, right? Because if the seed lands here, then you grow a nice little seedling, right? Your sub badge is right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. Right there. Cool. All right. What now? Now we code. That's what we'll do. Oh, yeah. And okay, let's talk about redemption prices and such. You all can help me with that. And its rewards. So we do have some new rewards. I added the stretch reward, which is 1,000, which is probably a lot. But also, some of you might like this one. I added the focus mode reward. So this one costs 5,000. And if someone redeems this, then I will hide the chat. This will just go away. I will enable emote only chat mode. And I will focus for 8 minutes and try coding. So that's the plan. Andrew has redeemed hydrate. Here we go. I spilt. Though, you might have waited until I changed the channel points because you might have just spent more than is needed. Let's see. Okay, so I think I can, if I reject it, you might get your points back, maybe. Let's see. So Murdoch is saying that when you follow, you get 300 points. And when you cheer or gift a sub, you get 350 points. So just say it and say, oh yeah, and some of these I removed from the queue. So some of these things that are like really easy to redeem, like hydrate or oh, that's true. So I can't read. You're a sub and a mod, Andrew. You'll probably have plenty of points, but I apologize. Murdoch with the cheer. Thank you so much for those 25 bits. Much appreciated. So I guess you can tell me how many channel points they gave you, but tell me in the chat right now, what should be the redemption cost for hydrate? Because right now I have it as 1,000. Apparently that's way too much. 350. 350. Any other takers? Infomath music. That's how you say your name, right? Infomath? 500. 300 to 400. I mean, 350 is right in the middle, yeah. 500. I think I want it to be a little bit more, right? A little bit more. 500. We're gonna go with 500. I like it. Oh, 500. Okay, we're going with 500. And similarly, posture check. We'll leave that as 500 too. Stretch is 1,000 reasonable? I mean, the thing is, I stretch every now and then, anyways. 420. Let's make the stretch 420. And you know what? I don't mind stretching that often. We'll make this 350. 350. And then focus mode. I want that to be a big one because literally, like, I enable. It's basically you pay that to enable emote only chat and make me like focus on what I'm doing. And hello, Ed. Welcome. Do I choose if it's refundable? Let's see. I have an option here to say skip reward request queue. And by doing that, I think it makes it non-refundable. But yeah. Yeah, no worries. I'm trying my best. Depends on how you would like a secret community of underground moles to hijack your points and make you OD on your buzz. The thing is, it's just a sip. I could probably go a whole stream just sipping this, and I wouldn't finish it. So I think it's fine. I think it's fine. If it skips the queue, you can't refund. Okay. I mean, at this point, don't skip it. Don't skip the queue. Okay, we won't. Andrew says don't skip the queue. Andrew's a mod. We're going to listen to Andrew. The main reason I had it as skipping is because my overlay now shows it. And so, like that. Dolan redeemed hydrate. So I will hydrate now. And I think they should show up here. Yeah. Let us all wait until we have 5,000 points, I guess. And then we'll do a productive stream. Hello, Coding Pasta. Welcome. Twist. The can is empty. It's not. And John with the sub. Thank you so much, John. The tier 1 sub. Much appreciated. If you're in our Discord, I actually set up the Discord roles this morning. So if you link your Twitch account with Discord, you will get access to the contributors channels. And I don't have any emotes approved yet, but once I have emotes, you'll be able to use emotes in my channel. The parking lot is what I used to call questions, but I can just click this and then it goes over here so I can come back to it later. However, I'm not really using this as much. I don't know, we could do this. Let's like acknowledge everything and then try to use this. I used to use this heavily, but now I'm just trying to read the chats as they come in. Parking lot. Yeah. We're parking the questions or the comments. And hello, Nico Technic. Welcome. And Nero. We are about to write some code. We're going to add Twitch subs to my overlay. So you may have seen this. Coding Garden is brought to you by YouTube members, patron pledges, and now Twitch subs. And so this overlay shows all of everyone's names. Yeah, I don't have any of the badges or anything. So that's true. Let's just close this. Well, I'll keep it up to make sure that I acknowledge all the follows. So this thing. So what we're going to do is add all of the subs names to the screen as well. So that you get some acknowledgement. Insane Place Thing says redeem hydrate twice. I got to hydrate twice. 1, 2, hey. How many points do you have? Not cool. You're gonna make me burp. Can I give rewards? If so, please reward someone if their doubt/question likes you. I don't know if I can. I don't think I can award channel points, can I? All right, take one more sip. And then we will do a 1-minute stretch. Does anybody have any good stretches? I usually just do like this one was good. And this one is good. Roll the shoulders. Stretch and hydrate at the same time. No. See, at this point it becomes kind of like dance monkey dance, you know? And I don't want that. We're all here to have a good time and not just pay to make me do funny things. Oh, there's my stretch timer anyways. Oh, stretch arms overhead, opens up the chest. That's a good one. And hello, Cinnamon Bun. Welcome to the show. Double stretch. 1 minute might be too long. I normally don't like keep the stretch going for 1 minute. It's good for my hands though to like get them off the keyboard. And thank you, Yannick, for that redemption. Okay, let's write some code. So I actually have right now an API. If you go to api.coding.garden, I have an endpoint that returns all of my YouTube members, an endpoint that returns all of my Patreon pledges. These are anonymized, so you see only the person's first name and potentially their last initial. But I use this info in my overlay. So I'm going to extend my API here to have another endpoint that'll be something like Twitch/subs, something like that. Oh no, it's not found. A reward for push-ups? No, no. You look like you do. Yeah, thanks, Aaron. That's a reference to someone. I felt like it was a bit of a backhanded comment. Someone was like, "You look like you do yoga." You can allow the user to leave a message with the reward. Should I though? Hello, Josh. Welcome. Oh yeah, go for it, Andrew. Feel free. Yeah, if you're a mod and you're in this queue and you see Greg will do push-ups. So if you redeem, we can make a reward where Greg does push-ups, and you just have to trust him. Try to make your arms perpendicular to your head. What does this mean? This? Fonny Fresh is asking, what do I think about GraphQL? It's pretty cool. I mean, I like the idea that on the client side can decide what data that it gets back. I think that's great. Yeah, it's cool. The only thing is I've been building REST APIs for a very long time, so I just keep building REST APIs instead of building GraphQL APIs. REST APIs still work, so that's the thing. All right, let me hide my screen, make sure I don't reveal any access tokens. The thing about coding this in particular is the access tokens. Oh, look at that! Right when I open the app, all of my environment variables are showing. But the thing about this app is that it requires a lot of secret keys, because getting access to information like pledges and subs and members, you have to actually be the channel owner. So I definitely want to make sure that I don't show these environment variables, because I'll need an environment variable to connect to the Twitch API as well. Let me see really quick. Can you redeem rewards using TMI? Not that I don't think so. Maybe with PubSub, but I don't know if you can actually publish to PubSub. I don't know. Highlighting a message is not... Yes. Oh, yeah, we didn't change the points on that one, but I thought highlighting a message should be fairly expensive, because if you highlight it, you could ask a question. You're basically going to really, really get my attention, especially during a very busy stream. So, yeah, there's that. Okay. Yeah, so I have... Oh, okay. So I have this extension called Cloak. And it doesn't work. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hide hidden files in my editor, just to make sure that I don't show it. And then I'll show my screen again. Settings. No, not that. When will I be able to give you my Twitch Prime? Right now? If you really want to, Josh. I enabled it yesterday. You might have missed that, but I enabled all the affiliate stuff yesterday. And you don't have to. It's just if you want to. That was a funny question, though. Open settings UI. Okay, there's something about hidden files. And Brooks Cirker with the raid. Thank you so much, Brooks. Can the mods do a shout out for Brooks real quick? Shout out to Brooks. I've had him on my stream before. He's a great dude. I used to work with him. And what were you working on, Brooks? Let us know. Welcome everyone. Welcome raiders. Learning game design patterns. Very cool. Yeah, the highlighted message displays differently. I can demonstrate that in a second, so you don't have to waste your points. But yeah, I'll show you in a second. No one can. The thing is, okay, maybe I have a false sense of how often people get points, because I have like 40,000 points in InstaFluff's stream, but maybe I watch InstaFluff stream like way too much. So I thought like, oh hey, well I guess I'm also a sub on his channel, and you get double points for being a sub. Does anyone know where that setting is for hiding hidden files? Autosave, font family, cursor, word wrap, finder preference. Oh no, inside of VS Code. Hidden files, VS Code. Oh, here we go. Well, no, that's path IntelliSense. I don't want to show hidden files there. All files are hidden. Files exclude. Because I don't want them to show up in the Finder or in the Explorer, so I don't accidentally click them. RM star, all hidden files. That should work. My drink is shaking? Oh, it's because of the blue screen and the light. Yeah, that's funny. All right. How about this? You can watch me Google or quack it, search the web, and I'll show you really quick what highlighting a message looks like. So if you choose highlight a message, you can type in a message, "Hello world," and it looks like that. It's nice and pink. It'll grab my attention, and I can see it. I also increased the font size on it as well. Also, yeah, any of the other rewards will show a custom color, so it grabs my attention also. Okay. VS Code, Explorer, hide, dot files. Duck it. key binding to hide. No, I don't want to hide the Explorer. Is it files exclude? Okay, we can add that. How to hide unwanted files and folders in Visual Studio Code. Here we go. User settings, files.exclude. Yeah, I think that's the one. That's the one. Hey. So you can change your message to look like that, but it's not going to be pink. That will only be a message redemption. Settings JSON. Files.exclude. All right, we'll just add it. Josh with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much, Josh. Josh has been on this channel for a very long time, and he's a mod on the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Thank you very much. Oh, that did it. All right. See you later, Saints Place. Thanks for hanging out while you did, and thank you to Coding Pasta for that. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. And so this app is actually based off of Feathers.js. I'll show you real quick. So at the outset, it looks like an Express app. And good morning, Majestic Eye. Welcome. It looks like an Express app, but we're doing some custom things to register Feather stuff. So we're bringing in Feathers. We're bringing in Express, the Feathers Express wrapper. We're enabling REST and Socket.io. And then I might actually have some rate limiting on there. So there's that. Yeah, no worries. I thought about enabling that this morning, but I didn't want it to be too intrusive, so I disabled it. All right, I think I missed some comments. Let me get that going. Ed asks, so I want to apply to a job on one startup, and I heard an idea about making a short video introduction. Not specifically to programming jobs, but I want to try to apply it. Do you think it would work for startup with not many employees? I don't think it would hurt. I think you want to make sure that the video is useful. I mean, the video, I guess you're meaning you'll record like a 1 or 2 minute video describing yourself and why you want the job. Yeah, I don't see why that would hurt. You could also share it on the Discord, and we can take a look and give you pointers or tips or something like that. But yeah, I think any applicant to a job that goes above and beyond, like that does more than just submit a resume, they're gonna stand out a little bit. It could be taken the wrong way. Like maybe I don't know. They might think you might be pretentious for recording a video or something like that. But if you're just honest in the video, and if the video adds more to your application than your cover letter and your resume, I say why not? Why not? Next Clash of Code. We'll do that either Thursday or let's say Friday. Not tomorrow, but Friday morning. Exclude. Yeah, we got that going. And hello, Duncan. Welcome. Yeah, and so that setting that I just add will hide any file that begins with a dot. So that's a good thing. And hello, Kampanushi, welcome. And thanks for the follow, Pizza Pizza, welcome. That's a good Twitch name. I would rather be VIP. Too many mods. I'm glad it isn't there. Useful to hook people who don't realize they have Twitch Prime. Exactly. Because yes, I know exactly what you mean. Can you use a VS Code extension that asks for a password every time you open a .env file? Do you know what it's called? env password? You know what? Someone could totally publish a VS Code extension that just uploads your .env file to some like rogue server. So I'm going to be very careful with any .env extension that I install. Application video by Michael Bay. So like explosions and stuff like that. I for a second I thought you meant you were saying Michael Scott from The Office, so it'd be like a really cringy video, but I don't know. And hello Deb, welcome. And hello Vincius from Brazil, welcome. SQL database stream. I'm gonna try to do that this weekend, and I might actually stream that on YouTube instead of Twitch, but we'll see. Hello, Informath Music. Wait, I already said hi to you. Come on. Okay, so this is a Feathers app, and the way Feathers works is with services. So I can show you an example of like my Patreon service. Actually, let me just hide my screen, make sure there's nothing secret in here. Yeah, should be good. So this is the Patreon pledge service. And a Feather service, it can expose various methods on the service class. You can have things like find, update, remove, get, and each of those functions can do something, and those functions map directly to RESTful routes and also socket events and socket endpoints. So this find function is the function that gets called whenever I am requesting all of the Patreon pledges. So if I do api.coding.garden/patreon/pledges, that is a GET request to the / route, and Feathers.js maps that to my find function. And this just returns all of the pledges. So we're going to do a similar thing for Twitch subs. We're going to create a find method. And then I have this create function here. So typically, if this were more of like a REST API where you're creating things, this would be a post endpoint that anybody could make a post request to create a thing. But what I'm using this create function for is the Patreon webhook. So when a new member pledges, Patreon will make a post request against this hook. I validate that the headers were signed using the same secret, so nobody can just pretend and try to create fake Patreon pledges. So this actually gets mapped as a webhook that I've registered on Patreon for when new things get created. Now for what do you call it? Subs. Setting up, I never like to go through the trouble of setting up webhooks on services, and also with like Twitch webhooks, you have to subscribe and then resubscribe if your subscription has ended, and that's a lot of pain and work. So I might actually just use the Streamlabs socket API, because Streamlabs will actually give me a socket event whenever certain things happen, like a sub. So that's the same thing that is showing in the overlay. And I actually use that for detecting new YouTube members, because YouTube has no way of getting a notification when there's a new YouTube member. Somehow, Streamlabs has turned that into a socket API, and so I just use that. So if I look at like my members functions, I actually have this function right here, listen for members. It connects to the Streamlabs socket, and then when I get an event where the data is YouTube account, and Linus Dev with the sub. Thank you so much, Linus Dev. Much appreciated. Linus Dev has also been around on the channel for a very long time, and I appreciate it. Today we redefine the phrase hide and seek to hide the screen. Yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Oh. That was a gift. Oh man. I need a better overlay. It was them, not me. Okay. So I'll show you one thing that I did. I should be stretching right now. I added a little, like a tiny little custom extension to this page where I can double click it and it just crosses out. So this is the actual activity page from Twitch, but I added a custom style sheet and some very simple custom JavaScript that lets me do this. So thanks again, John, for that sub. Thanks, Josh, for the Prime. And Majestic Eye, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Linus Dev. Much appreciated. Okay, so what I was saying is I'm just using the Streamlabs socket API to determine when there is a new member, and then I just call the create method on YouTube members so that it knows to refresh the list, basically. So I'm basically just using the Streamlabs sockets to be able to know when something happens. Imagine asking for gifts. So that's the setup here, and we're going to do something very similar for Twitch subs. Okay, let me catch up. Oh, I see. iCrishCool wasn't saying there is one. They were saying you could code one. That could be interesting. So instead of, yeah, so if you ever try to open the .env, force the user to enter a password. I kind of like that. We could make that. Ed is saying, thanks for the feedback. I'm just thinking, is it worth the time and effort? Yeah, I think the main thing is if you believe that it is going to add value to your application, why not? Why not? And hello, entry lane. What even is hide and seek? Hi, I really like Material UI. Do you recommend it? It seems to be the go-to component framework for React, and I use it at work. The current project I'm on, we're using Ionic, so I don't. The official Turkey Evil with the sub. Thank you so much. And they did sub themselves, but thank you, a tier 1 sub. I mentioned it earlier, but if you join our Discord, you do get access to exclusive members-only, subs-only channels. But yeah, Material UI is cool. It's the de facto one, and I use it. Do I like it? It's okay. It requires a lot of configuration. You have to, for the most part, use CSS and JS, and you have to get used to overriding styles like that. But it's okay. Thanks for the question, Daniel. Both gifted. Yeah. Nice. Guess what? I'm bored. Hey, what? Are you saying that my stream is boring, Infomath Music? Come on. Call it Streamer ENV. That's not a bad name. And thanks again for that sub, the official Turkey Evil. VS Code streamer mode. That would be cool. All right, yeah. I definitely need to straighten up. Who redeemed this? Aaron redeemed posture check. I'm like leaning, but yes, thank you. If I chmod the .env and remove read write, would that stop you on VS Code? Yes, but my app wouldn't be able to read the file, I think. And hello, Robin. Welcome. How do you identify a bot? On Twitch, I don't think you can. Like, there are like approved bots, and they actually have a property on them called bot. But if it's not an approved bot, it just looks like another user. And JFellyWeb with the Prime sub. Thank you so much, JFellyWeb. Very, very much appreciated. We don't have any emotes yet, which is unfortunate. I have to wait for my emotes to get approved, but soon we will have custom emotes here on the channel. Testing Material UI select components has been upsetting me. Yeah. Testing React components in general is like a tricky business. I almost have decided that I'm just gonna do like end-to-end DOM testing, which is like outside of the framework from now on. And Shines Love with the cheer. Thank you very much. The thing is, there's some neat things I need to fix, because when someone cheers, oh, there's a hype train going. Whoa, okay, hype train. I had no idea. So yeah, you can help this hype train keep going by either cheering or subscribing. You don't have to, but you can. And those of you that participate do get custom emotes. Use InstaFluff and InstaFluff emotes. No, I mean, that's like plagiarism, isn't it? But we all love InstaFluff though. So here's what you should do: go subscribe to InstaFluff and then use his emotes on my channel. That's what you should do. What was I about to say? I forgot what I was even saying. Okay. Okay, we're getting there. But yeah, I guess I was talking about end-to-end testing. I don't know if that was regarding the chat there. And Toasted Cheers with the Twitch, Toasted Cheeses with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much. We got past level 1 hype emotes in the chat. Oh yeah, I was going to show you my hype emotes. That's what I was going to show you. Hype. Yeah, so all the times that I've participated in a hype train, you unlock a new emote. So these are some of the emotes that I've unlocked for hype train. But yeah, instead of actually doing things like enzyme testing or React testing library, just straight up skipping all of that and doing Cypress like end-to-end DOM testing. Yeah. Totally didn't steal your idea. It's okay. Like, everybody can stream about the same things, right? That's no problem. We all get a different perspective on how things work. A good framework to learn for JavaScript. I like Vue.js. It's my favorite. Oh, no worries, Mint Jim. No worries at all. And good morning, JFellyWeb. Oh, okay. You're not bored here, but you're bored so you come here. Very cool. And thanks again, JFellyWeb. Hype train! Which channels are Twitch only? I don't know what you mean by that. The only emote that matters. Yeah, and I guess this is a better Twitch TV emote. The trolled emote. Yeah. You know what? I totally forgot. I should actually add the emotes. Well, no. The emotes need to be a subscription benefit. Not everybody should be able to use them. So, I'll wait. And thanks again, Shine Loves, for the cheer. And thank you, Arpai Games, for that follow. You might see that I have new follow notifications here. It's I grabbed some of the Discord new user notifications to throw in there. Yeah. And Toasted Cheeses, thank you again for that sub. What's a progressive web app? So it's an app that is a website, but it uses browser APIs to do things that you would normally only be able to do in a what do you call it? in a native application. So you can do things like show notifications. You can do things like cache data so that the website still works offline. You can do things like access the, thank you, One Line of Me, for the subscription. Oh, no. Aaron gifted a sub to One Line of Me. Very cool. So there you go. You don't have to wait for your Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, Aaron. Oh, and we have there's a few redemptions. I gotta catch up. I'm like 2 minutes behind on chat. But yeah, so basically it's a website that can do things that are very similar to a native app, but it's still just a website. Noise. Twitch is like a whole other world. It really is. Thank you, Mitzik. Yeah, I enabled affiliate yesterday. If I use Tailwind. Tailwind seems cool. I haven't used it a lot. There's probably ways to make the components more reusable. That's one of the things that stands out to me is like you now just have a bunch of CSS classes everywhere. But yeah. Shine Love with a 500-bit cheer. Thank you so much. Thank you. You all are great. Great people here. Great people. Oh, what Discord channels are Twitch only? Not Twitch only, but it's combined with patrons, YouTube members, and Twitch subscribers. It's the supporters channels on Discord. And hello. Yep. Rabikel redeemed posture check. I keep leaning forward. I need to... I don't know. My chair doesn't actually go under my table. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. Basic stuff about Arduino. I did a stream a while back on like introduction to Arduino. It's like a 4 or 5 hour stream. But if you search YouTube for Arduino Coding Garden, you might find it. And give me just a second. Shines Love. Wait. Oh, no. Shines Love gifted a tier to Inframath Music. These overlay notifications are just like so off. And Inframath Music, congrats on the sub. Welcome. Oh yeah, and if you look at the I'll show you really quick. There are actually sub badges for the longer you are a sub. So after 2 months, you get like the nice little flower, then you get a heart, then an avocado, and after 9 months, you get a tractor. And those of you that have been watching the Coding Garden for a while will know what that tractor means. But yeah, here we go. Hype emotes in the chat. I just gifted 20 subs. It was totally random, so hopefully all of the regulars on the channel got subs. So Mint Jim, Limwell, I've seen you before. Potato Head, Gazija, Das, Ran, Merchan, Sean, Nico Technic, Depopom, Terrazoid. There's probably some other regulars in there too, but congrats everyone on the subs. Cool. Oh, I gotta stretch again. Shh. So much hype. Give sub hype. Wait, how did that not get us to like level 4 or 5 or something like that? I literally just gifted 20 subs. Oh well, I don't know how it works. Oh yeah, and yep. Congrats on the sub. From Shines Love. Cool. Hydrate. Do I want yerba mate? And hello! And thanks again for the bits. Thanks for the follow, Nacho. And I believe Depopam, you just got subbed, so hello and welcome. So much hype. Yeah. Wait, who gave Inframath Music the sub? Let's see. Not sure who it was, but congrats everyone. It's a fun time here on the Coding Garden. A question. I want to make a Bluetooth share device, so I hook up one smartphone to it and spread the Bluetooth signal to multiple different devices. I think it would work on the audio stream or the signal bit. Oh. My stream will definitely not help you with that. That is a much more advanced topic. Wulaston is saying, I've been looking through this live coders group and I saw my channel, finding loads of great content. Oh, thank you, Wu. Much appreciated. So many subs! So many subs! Yeah, so I just gifted 20 subs. Hopefully you all appreciate that. And unfortunately, you can't use the emotes yet. But if you join the Discord, you will get access to our supporters channels. And thank you for the bits, Josh. It's happening! And I'm the Benja. Welcome. You might not... I don't know if you're watching right now, but... Because I just chose random. I said pick 20 random people. And Refactorer, thank you for the 200-bit sub. So it's there, but it won't really enable until I actually have emotes. Well, thank you, Lakshman. Look at all the members! That's great. I just want to see all the badges in chat. That's the main thing. And J. Philly Webb, thanks for the bits as well. Yeah, you're very welcome. Never lucky. I'm sorry. The thing is, if you just hang out in a lot of Twitch channels, especially like the more popular one, I mean, I'm not saying this is a popular Twitch channel, but in some of the Twitch channels that have a lot of viewers, people gift subs all the time. You might get one. Look at all those subs. Nice, Defofam. Welcome. WebRTC tutorial. Okay, my idea thing isn't running right now, but yeah. And thank you, Andres, for the follow. Defofam redeemed. Stretch. Let's do a 1-minute timer. I'm not really writing that much code, so I don't know how useful these 1-minute stretches are. Look at all those subs. Looks like random gifting gifts to people who aren't here, like what happened to me. I guess that's true, yeah. I'm not partnered, G-Man. I just enabled affiliate yesterday. We're getting ready for if I get partner, basically. I guess so. The thing, yeah, it's fun though. Like, it's fun to hang out with you all. Oh, I stopped stretching. I shouldn't stop stretching. But it is distracting. Like, if you go back in time, if you look at my live streams from like 2 years ago, it's not me hanging out. It's me literally giving a lesson on something because there's only like 3 people watching and not many people asking questions. So I'm just teaching a bunch of stuff. But now, kind of just hanging out. We write code every now and then, but that's okay. That's okay. The symbol at the beginning of the name is finally here. And Josh Ferris with the 200 bits. Thank you so much for that. And Wool, thank you for that follow. Beyond the mildly popular ones so that you get a chance of getting one that's higher. Yeah, so find any Twitch channel with lots of people watching. And I'm the Benja. Wait, I think we're still catching up on all 20 of those gifted subs. Yeah. I've seen more gifted sub here's and in Insta than in the big streamers. The thing is, because here it's all about community. Level 2 hype train! Nice, great work everyone. I don't think we got past level 3, but that's okay. Is focus mode refundable? Yes. Yes, it is. Let's see what emote we got. Hype side eye. Nice. Everyone show your hype side eye emotes if you got it. Thank you all for helping us out. Oh, and hey, Lily Hazel. I'm a minute behind on chat. We're about to be there. And good morning, Lily Hazel. Yeah. So Lily Hazel is the community manager for our live coders team. She was last seen streaming Null in Null. You know, we found this bug when I was coding this bot. But we decided to leave it because it's pretty funny. Yeah, just check out Lily Hazel. Yeah, we're all following the developer's dream. More fun and less coding. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Criteria for getting partner. They have different things. I think you have to have an average of 75 viewers. You have to stream at least 12 times a month. And you have to stream for a certain number of hours in a month. That's just the base requirements, and then you have to apply, and they have to agree that you would make a good partner. Choo-choo! There's Sheefman. Daniel is asking, why are Code Wars algorithms so important on my channel? It looks to me rare to come across them in day-to-day as a web developer. So I will say this is absolutely true for some of the harder problems that I'm solving, like a Sudoku solver or a compiler or a functional SQL library. Like, all of those things aren't very relevant in web development. But I will say that the easier ones, like 6, 7, and 8Q, all of the things that you practice in solving problems like that, you absolutely use in front-end web development in terms of like restructuring data that you get back from an API, sorting through arrays, filtering things. Practicing those kinds of things will just make you better in general at breaking down problems and using logic to solve problems. So I absolutely agree that some of the more complex algorithms aren't really that important for day-to-day jobs, but if you're a new programmer, it is a great way to practice. I will say that. I'm saving up for focus mode, and I'm gonna refund myself. Hey, welcome back, Murdoch. Yeah, null in null is such an appropriate. I agree. Chief man. What happens when I get partnered? If I get partnered, we'll leave it at that. But for viewers, you'll have more viewing options. So sometimes I think if the Twitch servers are under heavy load, certain streamers are only allowed to stream, or like the viewers can only select a certain quality. But as a partner, you always get multiple options. Your viewers get multiple options for quality. You get to have more founder badges. There's just a lot of perks. I'll say that. Yeah, you only get the emote if you were a part of if you gifted a sub or sent out bits. And hello, David. Welcome. Now, shout out to everyone that was on that hype train. Thank you very much. Shines Love with the 100 bits. Toasted Cheese with the Twitch Prime sub. Aaron with the gifted sub to One Line of Me. Shines Love with the 500 bits. Majestic Eye with the gift to Shines Love. Shines Love with the gift to we're paying it forward with the gift to Infomath Music. And Shines Love also gifting a sub to Yep Yep Dup. I gave out 20 subs. Josh with the 300 bits. I'm the Benja with the sub. Thank you very much. Refactorer with the 200 bits. J Felly Webb with the 200 bits. Shines Love with the sub gift to 26. That's really funny. It's like the people that were asking about subs, they actually got subbed. But don't do that. Don't ask for subs. All right, let's write some code. We're going to take a look at the Twitch API docs. And we need the endpoint for listing subscribers for a given channel. Sub. Let's see. Yeah, and I might just look at the Twitch API v5 because I think I'm already using that for things. You know, let's try to use the new Twitch API. Let's look at the reference. Yeah, and that's the main reason, Lily Hazel, is like I realize that Twitch does not really like the idea of streaming to multiple services, so I wanted to go ahead and just make it happen and just become an affiliate. And right now I'm streaming only to Twitch. And also, I applied for partner like 11 or 12 days ago, and they usually say that, well, it says that if you meet the requirements, they'll get back to you within 7 days, and they haven't got back to me at all. So I think the fact that I wasn't already an affiliate made the process longer. So I don't know. And hello, this is Obi. Welcome. There's a train emote, my name, and it says he's the hype train conductor. Yeah, anybody that participated now gets that hype train conductor badge. Okay, so we want the endpoint that is get subs, get subs, get broadcaster subscriptions. So get all of the broadcaster subscriptions, and this will give us back an array of all the subscriptions. So we're going to call this endpoint, we're going to pass in broadcaster ID, and it should give us back all the subs. And it looks like there's a pagination cursor. So depending on the number of subs, we might have to get multiple pages. Yeah, using the new API, it definitely is for future-proofing, because they did mention that the older API, you can no longer, well, I think we have until tomorrow to use the older API with your client ID, but after that, you have to start passing in an OAuth token, so that's going to change. So we're going to go ahead and use the newest endpoint. Not Blue Beast is saying, I thought a tier 1 sub was $4.99. It might be. If you're on iOS, I think iOS potentially inflates the prices because iOS takes a cut. Or it is $5.99. I don't know. And Andres, I mostly do JavaScript. Every now and then, I'll like dabble in like C# or maybe even Python. But for the most part, we do JavaScript. Yeah. Okay. This is the endpoint. Let's call it. So this is basically what I want to do. So right now in my YouTube functions, I have this. We're basically connecting to the Streamlabs socket API and listening for when certain events happen. And I'm going to also listen for when a sub happens, so that I know to update that. And thank you, Stinktoe, for the follow. Yeah, if you get through mobile, then the App Store gets a cut. So if you go on desktop, it should be cheaper. Yeah. How do I select 20 random? I just click gift to the community, and it picks 20 random people. TypeScript. it has its uses. I use it at work for a larger code base and a code base that other coders are coding on. But for personal projects, I don't really like it. It's a bit extra work that I don't want to do. Sub on the computer to save money. Yeah, and it's Twitch's cut, basically. Okay, so we have this function that's listening for members, but I want to extract this out, and I want to do it in a more general spot because we can listen for other socket events that come from the Streamlabs API. So let's just create a new file. Let's call it streamlabs.js. And I'm actually going to move this function, listen for members. I'm going to move this into Streamlabs function. And this is Obi with the sub. Thank you so much. I believe, did you just follow too? Thank you very much. And thank you, Stefano, for the follow. Much appreciated. Cool. Cool. And hello, Stefano. On the serious note, I want the first badge. Let me know when you get partnered. The thing is, it'll probably go with the first 25 people that already were subscribed to my channel. So it's probably too late at this point. Yeah. How do we know which thread is in a function using? Not quite sure what you're asking, but right now we're doing this. If you join our Discord, we have some help channels where we can help you out. Okay, so move this function here. We're going to export it. And we're going to rename it, not listen for members, but just say listen Streamlabs. And we're basically going to just call this function when the app spins up. So that's great. We also need the Streamlabs URL, which is going to be in here. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to need to bring in the Streamlabs socket token from our environment variable, which we're going to be very careful to not expose. We need socket.io client, because that's what we'll use to talk to Streamlabs. And we also need the Streamlabs base URL here. Cool. So this function should be ready to go. We're not going to leak it. We're not going to leak any keys. That function, ready to go. And then in the members functions, I believe we tried to call that function, listen for members. Wait, no, not that. Members service. Yeah, we call listen for members here, but this doesn't exist anymore. We don't need to do that. So I'm going to get rid of that. And we now just need to call the function when the app spins up. Morning, campers. Hello, Josiah. We are currently going to update my overlay to include Twitch subscribers. Okay, I'm making a lot of changes. We're going to write some actual, call the Twitch API code pretty soon. What did I just do? Okay. Now, we need to actually call the Streamlabs function. So let's do this. We'll bring in Streamlabs into this file. We'll say listen Streamlabs. Bring in Streamlabs, and then we need to call this function after we register all of our services. So that function, listen Streamlabs, accepts the app. And actually, this is an interesting thing in Feathers.js. So if you have a function that accepts the app, you can actually use app.configure, and it automatically invokes it with itself. So there's a lot of chats happening. I'll catch up in a second. But I actually can do, at this point, app.configure listen Streamlabs. And so now when the app spins up, it should start listening to Streamlabs. Now, let me hide my screen for just 1 second. We're going to start it up locally and see if it works. Hey, welcome, Bayon. Yeah, you're a sub. Okay, so there's no errors in the console. And if I go to localhost 9000... got that. We can go to grab our YouTube members. That's great. We can grab our Patreon pledges. There they are. Awesome. Cool. So the API is working. Here we go. So This function is now listening. Streamlabs is sending those notifications. So anytime you see that overlay pop up with like bits and subs, that's actually using the Streamlabs Sockets API. I'm using their default overlay, but that is technically listening to the same socket. So we're gonna do that. And right now we're listening for the YouTube subscription event, and then that's when we create a YouTube member. We're going to need to check if it's for Twitch, and then we can look at the type to see if it's a sub, and if that's the case, we'll tell our Twitch service to call the Twitch API to refresh that list of subs. So that's the plan here. I'm going to have to debug this, but I think it's if the event is for Twitch. Here, I'm just going to log the event data. Cool. And my server should have restarted. It did. Let me catch up on the chat now. There's a lot going on. I believe I acknowledged, yeah, Stefano, and thanks again. This is Obi for the Twitch Prime sub. And hello, Stefano. Where are we at? How many subs do I have? Should I tell you? Does anybody want to know? All right, see you later, Imprimath. Thanks for hanging out. You can expose it. It's read-only. The Twitch token? It depends. As you could technically create a write token, and then that token you definitely don't want to expose, because then you could send messages as me in the chat. So yeah. One quick question. What is your preferred way when dealing with uploading and deleting images and files? So I'll typically use an object storage service like AWS S3. Firebase has an image storage solution. But yeah, nowadays it doesn't really make sense to manage your own server with files and stuff like that. Just use a service for it, and then in your database you store the public URL of that image that got uploaded. If you're looking for integrations, there's a package called Molter for Express that works really well, and it can integrate with different services. Morning, campers. Yeah, and so as a sub, there is no chat timeout, right? Welcome back, Informath Music. We need this for channel points, greater than 500 points. Write code. Well, I don't know if you saw, but at the beginning, I showed a new reward, which is focus mode. I made it 5,000, but the idea is if you redeem this award, I will hide the chat, enable sub-only mode, and just do nothing but code for 8 minutes straight. Should we lower the price? Let me know. Let me know if we should lower the price. And good morning, French Drop. Welcome. And hello, Abby. Welcome. There's my break timer. Sports. They send through stream labels data as well. What did Mitzix say? Oh, you're saying I can expose the Streamlabs socket token? Okay. I'm not going to, but it's good to know if it is read-only. Perfect code. All right, I'm not going to click that. Check the Streamlabs dot underlying thing that comes through. Stream labels dot. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to, within Streamlabs, I can actually test the event. So that's how we're going to test it to see what data is coming through. And hello, Katoli. Welcome. Nobody's business. Okay. About like the number of subs. If I want to get profile pictures, should I use the new API or can I use the old one? Try to use the new API. The thing is, if an endpoint exists, you should probably use the new Twitch API. However, there are some endpoints that don't exist on the new Twitch API, so you have to use the old one. But I would say if it exists, you should get it. And for that one, it definitely does. Like get users. Here, so you can pass in users. Well, sorry, you pass in a comma delimited list of IDs or usernames. Katoli with the sub. Thank you so much, Katoli. Very much appreciated. Oh no. You know, we gotta make our own overlay because this was actually a gift. I should know that it was a gift. Thank you, Majestic Eye, for gifting that sub to Katoli. Thank you so much. But if we check our console, we did not get an event. Darn it. Okay, I need to just basically log all of the data because it might not be for Twitch. Let's just log the event. Okay, so any event that comes through should be logged now. Oh yeah, that's another one. Cloudinary is really cool because you can do things like image resizing, like you can create thumbnails automatically with uploaded images and stuff like that. So that's a thing. Node is created by C++. Yeah, if you look at the code base, it's written in native code. Raise the price. I just want to know if the channel is under 25 and I have a chance to still get the first badge. I'll say you don't. We passed 25 yesterday on my first day of getting subs. Make a redeem point of over 9,000. We can figure out what that is. I don't know. It takes a sub about 6 months to get 500,000 points. Wow. Yeah, use the new Twitch API. I have a posture check in the queue. All right, I'm 2 minutes behind on chat, but we'll get there. Oh, console log what comes through. Okay. I'll do that. Can we decompile a bundle.js to a project? I wouldn't call it decompiling. You should search for the term deminify. It is possible to do that. Sometimes, though, people run their code through a mangler or an obfuscator, so it makes it a bit harder to follow the code. And then also, you can check to see if whatever you're trying to look at the code for, if they also have a .map file, because the .map file will show you what the actual source code looked like before the minification and bundling. Yeah, and welcome V1Dev for this. Thanks for the follow. Because of watching my show, I started to use regularly an RSI prevention app, in my case, Stretchly. Yeah, I highly recommend it. So I use this thing, let's just start a micro break really quick. I use this thing called Timeout. It's for Mac, but I have it set for a 10-second micro break every 15 minutes and a 5-minute break every hour, which I'm not so good about taking, especially when I'm streaming. But this really helps me to just take my hands off of the keyboard. So one of the things about like getting an RSI, which is a repetitive strain injury, is it's really because you're using the trackpad on your computer and like never taking your hand away. Like your hand is always in a weird position, and then you can start to get pain. So just taking your hands off the keyboard prevents that and helps to prevent that from happening. And welcome, Unhot. The gifts are really about the community. Fortnite streamers. I have never been so offended by... Yeah. It's about the community here. And thank you for that object, Katoli. 2 million 2 million points to redeem VIP? Possibly. No, we're not gonna do that. I VIP anybody that's here a lot. Never ask for it. But yeah. Oh, over 9,000 is a Dragon Ball Z reference. People have referenced that before and I never get it. And Matthias Guma, thank you for the follow. I don't have micro breaks. I don't know how micro breaks could help. So thanks for mentioning that. Yeah, and I think so. I used to be the ergonomic contact at my company. Like, well, this is my last company, long time ago. But part of what we would recommend is just that you literally change things up. Take your hands off the keyboard. So like, or even, yeah, because literally going from using your mouse to just picking your hands up for a second is going to prevent you from staying in that weird position. And the thing about RSI is like you don't really know about it until you have it, and then it's kind of too late. So if you are good about taking breaks now, then you never really have to worry about it. 1,000 points. Take a 5-minute break, and it can only be used once an hour. I like this idea. Let's add it. Because I forgot that you could actually set how often it can be used. Well, this is per stream. Can I don't know if I can do time. Self Rickroll? Is that just me opening the Rickroll video? Why would I do that? All right, Saints plays things with the hydrate. Thank you, Saints plays things. Force a Rickroll. I approve of this. And Not Blue Beast has redeemed Stretch. I've been stretching a lot today. I guess this is a good thing, right? Because actually, when I started working from home much more often after like the COVID outbreak, I was just using my laptop on the couch instead of actually sitting properly at a desk with good posture, and I started to get RSI pains. And so recently, I've switched to like only using a left-handed mouse because I am right-handed, and so that helps because I don't use this as often. But also, stretching helps. Yep, you don't know until you have it, which is very unfortunate. Is RSI like cancer? No. It's just, it's called repetitive strain injury. It's from using your keyboard or your mouse and having your hands in an unnatural position, and then it starts to cause potentially wrist pain, and might even lead to carpal tunnel. And thanks for the follow, Weekender's Life. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'll disable those for now. The thing is, I was going to leave them enabled just because one day I'll have emotes. But I don't know when my emotes are going to get approved. And I've read it can take like up to a month to get your emotes approved. A channel for stretching, basically. Basically. Yeah. I've been getting an ulnar nerve entrapment, and it sucks, says Cosmo. Yeah, so I guess that's another form of RSI. But like nerve damage because you've twisted your ligaments in a certain way that causes it. But yeah, that's not good. Sorry to hear that. Same place things equals Kobe. Changed my mind. I mean, it's true. That's his name. That is his name. Yeah. I mean, it could be because I'm brand new to affiliate, so maybe eventually they could approve them faster. There we go with the squished Slender Man drop. Oh, refund the points if it's used more than once? That's not a bad idea. Okay, here we go. Take a break. Take a 5-minute break. How much did we say this? 1,000? I don't know if I want to enable this because they don't make me take breaks. We've barely written any code today. Redemptions per stream. I don't know. 5? Did we say it? What did you say, Andrew? Did you say 1,000? Yeah, 1,000. Okay, but it can only redeem. So, all right. The thing is, the moment I add this, somebody's gonna redeem it, and I have barely written any code. But here we go. Stretching garden with CJ, basically. Yeah, you don't know what it is until you get it, or you don't know you have it until you have it, and then it's too late. Have I looked into BTTV? Yeah, I use BTTV. So we have some better Twitch TV emotes on here. That's where the trolled emote comes from. Wait, what? Why is there only that one? We have a lot more than this. Oh, because I searched for hype. There's also the trolled emote, which Alka made. And Steve Master redeemed Stretch. Okay, here we go. Stretching garden with CJ. Everyone, you should join me. So if you're sitting down, try to sit up straight. And Elder Tugboat with the sub. That's a great name. Thank you very much, Elder Tugboat, for the Twitch Prime sub. And let's see, did we get an event? We got an event in the terminal. I'm going to hide it really quick, and I'll make sure that there's no token information. There shouldn't be, but we can use this. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub, because we can use it in our debugging. But yeah, stretch with me. Go ahead and sit down, stand up straight. Let's do some rolls of the arms, just like this, nice and slow. And then let's do this one. Interlock your fingers, stretch in front of you. It's kind of hurts right here. I don't know if I should push too hard. Maybe try to bring it above your head. This is definitely the most stretching we've ever done in a stream. And then we'll do this one that I've been doing. So hand out straight, and then pull your fingers back to stretch here. Very good. Great work, everyone. 2,000? I don't stream simultaneously on YouTube anymore, but I might actually do a YouTube stream this weekend. And I might make it so that when I stream on YouTube, maybe the chat slow mode is like 5 minutes so that I can actually get some coding done and like just straight up teach a lesson. But yeah. All right. Let's change this to 2,000. No, I mean 2,500. 2,500. With a 5-minute break for 1,000, CJ will never write any code. Yeah, but what we were saying is we only redeem it like twice per episode. But yeah. Redeemed a fake focus mode reward. Get coding. The thing is, I have to go in like 30 minutes too. we'll get there. Like, by the end of this stream, we are going to show Twitch subs in the overlay. We will. We absolutely will. It's probably possible to get that from the Twitch API. 5,000. Does anybody have 5,000 points? Eternal Dev Coder with the sub. Thank you so much, Eternal Dev. Oh, no. They, wait. Sledge Dog gifted to Eternal Dev Coder. How can I fix that in my overlay? Because it's very confusing. But thank you to Sledge Dog for gifting to Eternal Dev Coder, and welcome Eternal Dev Coder to the Coding Garden. You are now officially a seedling. Welcome, welcome. Oh, actually, no, you're a wallflower. I think I named my subs. We have wallflower, fertilizer, and avocado. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. I mean, at this point, the content is just stretching, but I appreciate it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, no worries, Josh. Sit down and stand up straight. Wait. Sit down and straighten your back. Come on. Matthias, so this was redeemed while we were stretching, so does it count? I don't, like, do you all just like seeing me stretch? What's going on here? Do we need to increase the price of this? Actually, I don't know what I'm doing here, but this feels kind of good, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this stretch. Oh, look at that! Here comes the Sheafmon. Nice. Man. Refund awards instead of stretching to every 2 minutes. That makes sense. You did it. You did it. Okay, the techie question. What's the best tool and framework to use test React for beginners? So, no framework experience. Jest, integration tests, React testing library, and in-test. So, testing like React DOM, like with technically unit tests. So Jest is your test runner. You'll pretty much use that for most things, but you would need some sort of DOM selection and a selection library and like a shallow renderer or a full renderer. And for that, you can use Enzyme, which was fairly popular for a very long time, but now there is React testing library, which is a bit more popular and comes built in with Create React App. So React testing library, I mean, it comes with Create React App. That's probably the one that you should use. However, you do have to do things like mount the component and make sure that the state is set up correctly. And it takes some figuring out to get right. With something like end-to-end testing, there's a tool called Cypress, which is really cool. Cypress. Oh, I mean, that's not gonna find it. Cypress.js. Yeah, Cypress.io. And what's really cool about this is you write your test and then it spins up a browser, and you can actually see it running the tests. Just show me the example. Like this. So you write code that says, click on this element, insert this text, click on this element, drag it here, click on this element, wait 5 seconds, or wait for something to appear. You write your code that says to do that, and then when you run it, it actually spins up the browser and automates it and does all of those things so you can watch it happen. And then on the left-hand side, it breaks it down and shows you each step in the test. So Cypress is really cool, and it's fairly easy to get started, and you can actually test any website. It doesn't have to be React. This is known as end-to-end testing, though, because you're launching the application that is potentially reaching out to your API or doing a lot of things that aren't just React-specific. This is not unit tests. These are end-to-end tests. But they are easier to set up, and they're pretty cool to watch. So check out Cypress. Who here wants to hoard points until we have enough to force CJ to have a stretch for an entire 4-hour stream? I think we're going to make it so that I don't read them multiple times. Posture check. Thank you, Sorali. Hearts. Heart emotes. Sync my Twitch with YouTube and set your VODs to auto backup. Yeah, I need to do that. Because right now, the stream from yesterday can technically be uploaded to YouTube. I enabled affiliate, Astanix, and welcome. I enabled affiliate, so I cannot stream to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Yeah, so the points are seedlings. I realized that. So these are seedlings, but if for the different sub tiers, they're taken from my Patreon sub tiers. We have wait, that. we have, well, actually, droplets aren't a thing on Twitch. We have wallflower. We also have fertilizers, avocados, and tractors. The tractor is like an inside joke thing for Coding Garden. And thank you, Adriel Bruno, for the follow. Stretching out the content. Okay, we're 3 minutes behind on chat. We'll get there. This used to be a coding stream. Oh, no, wait. No, it didn't. You know, that's like... most like, Twitch live coding streams turn into this. Where we're not coding anymore. We're just, like, talking to the chat. Cosmo is asking, can you tell me what APIs are? I know that it's so the software can speak to the data, but I had a coding interview and they asked that, but I couldn't explain it. So the thing about the word API is it can actually mean a lot of things, but in general, not in general, it's very common that when someone says API, they're actually talking about a web API, which is an API that's accessible over some web protocol like HTTP. So like this API that I'm building right now is a service that will give you back data. So right now I have a few endpoints like YouTube/members. So when you make a request to this URL, my API behind the scenes is calling the YouTube API to figure out who the members are. It's restructuring that data and then giving it back to you like this. But my API is technically calling another API. But these are known as web APIs or REST APIs. The general term of API is Application Programming Interface, and that's just a general programming term. And an example of that is if you're doing DOM coding. So let's say we're writing some vanilla JavaScript to manipulate the DOM. I could do something like document.write hello world. There we go. I've replaced the entire page with hello world. But technically, document is an API. So this is an application programming interface into the web browser to be able to control the web page itself. And there's my stretch timer, the real one, not the redemption. So the idea that the web browser exposes this document to us, that is an API, and it has a lot of functions on it. It has things like write, it has things like append child, it has things like query selector. All of these functions that are available to us to call are a part of that API. So that's API in the programming sense, and there can be APIs for many different things. There are APIs for writing iOS apps. There are APIs for writing desktop applications. There are SDKs, which are software development kits, which like wrap APIs for working on things. But the general thing is it's some code that someone else has written that lets you write code in a much easier way, right? We can just access these functions. It makes it really easy. So that's a general API. But then you extend that concept to a REST API or a web API. And basically these are functions that you can call remotely using the URL. I feel like if I gave that answer in an interview, it would have been way too long. So shorten up your answer, but that's it for the most part. Chiefman. Stretching is very important. That's two. We should get a Yoruba counter. Yeah. And thank you, Brainavat, for the follow. Oh, no worries, Potato Head. But I believe I gifted you a sub earlier. Welcome. You are now a subscriber to Coding Garden. I use a Chrome on a Mac. People tell me I should be using Firefox, but I mainly use Chrome. Yeah, Puppeteer is another alternative. At least I haven't seen. I have the most experience with Cypress, but Puppeteer I haven't seen have a similar test runner where you can actually see the test running. You can see each step in the test. You can actually click on a step in the test to see what the page looked like at that specific point in the test. I don't know if you can do that with Puppeteer, but maybe you can. Let me know. Very similar to Selenium. Yeah, Selenium is the old thing. You can still use Selenium, but Cypress, there's also, what's it called? Nightmare? But Cypress has, in the JavaScript world, Cypress seems to be the most popular one right now. And welcome, Nova Horizon. What is the LED? Where is? It's just not plugged in right now. All right. I gotta write some code. We're 4 minutes behind on chat. What is integration test? So you should look up the test pyramid. It'll talk about unit tests versus like integration tests, which integration tests and end-to-end tests to me are the same thing. Some people say they're different, but they're just different ways of testing your application, and they're all important, but they're just different ways. I should increase that count. Okay, here we go. Best way to improve logics: do code wars often, or any sort of coding problem. Scroll. Posture check. Thank you, Gorka Police. Much appreciated. So APIs are like classes where you can use their methods. I would say so. So typically when someone is implementing an API, they might implement it using object-oriented programming. Like in the case of the DOM in JavaScript, this is kind of like object-oriented programming because the document is technically an object and it exposes various functions that we can call. But that itself is the application programming interface. The fact that I have access to all of these functions, that is the API. And then right now, I mean, we're not coding, but we're trying to code. We're trying to call the Twitch API. So this is a set of functions that are accessible over the web. So we make requests to these URLs and we get data back. But this documentation here describes all of the different ways that you can interact with the Twitch API. And we'll get there. We'll write some code. Difference between an API and an SDK. An SDK is a software development kit. Typically, it includes like extra libraries and utility functions and different things that you might use to develop on something. So like when you're making an iOS app, like a native iOS app, you have the iOS SDK, and it has all of the built-in functions for like creating views and creating buttons and all that good stuff. I would say that APIs exist within SDKs. Firefox gang. You can use Jest or whatever you like to see the results. Okay. But I don't know if you get that same Cypress experience where you can literally, it's almost like time travel debugging, where you can go back to a specific point in a test to see what the page looked like, which is pretty cool. And hello, Brandon. Welcome. Nightwatch. That's the one. I said nightmare. And thanks for the follow, full wellful. Objection. Hello, Sean. Welcome. Started using Selenium a couple days ago to make a small scraper. Should I use Cypress? If you're making a scraper and you're using JavaScript, use Puppeteer. So there are REST APIs, GraphQL APIs. What about the Web Audio API? Hey, Refactorer. Hey. I think you're referencing a thing. Yeah. It's going to take me 2 days to get enough points for you to start coding. Yeah, build an API. And the thing is, you can build different kinds of APIs. Like, you could build a JavaScript library that it's not accessible over the web, but someone installs it into their project that gives them access to do certain things. And that technically is an API as well. But yeah. Besides Code Wars and Clash of Code, can I recommend Exorcism? Yeah, Exorcism is great, and it has, like, tests built in. Extending the HTML element, JS. I've never really done that. To Twitch, if the chance of getting a sub was higher, the more often we watch. Yeah, in terms of like the random subs. 250 seedlings, one line of code. I actually really like that. You can redeem just like one line of code. I like that. One line of code. Stop talking and write at least one line of code. Let's all redeem it. No, I'm gonna make this 500. Here we go. One line of code. There we go. But I'm actually, I mean, save your points because I'm about to start coding. So we got some events that are happening here. Whoa, this is a big event. Streamlabs.underlying. Okay, we got two. We need to write at least 3 lines of code. So this is an event that came back from Streamlabs that has a bunch of stuff going on, like goals and stuff like that. We have another event that shows like the donation events and the cheers. Oh, like monthly top cheers? Wow, we get so much data. This is awesome. What is this event called? Donation goal. I will eat baked beans on stream. And thank you, Kozma, for the follow. Okay. Kozma Kota. So this is way too much info. You were 5 lines behind. I'm gonna look up the Streamlabs socket API because I want to look for a specific like Twitch subscription event. So we're gonna go here. Let me hide my screen. Sometimes documentation shows your API to be helpful, but that's not very helpful when you're streaming, so let me make sure that it doesn't do that. 7 lines redeemed so far. We'll get there. We'll definitely do it. Twitch subscriptions. Easy. Okay, easy. And Beb has redeemed stretch. We're going to write at least 7 lines of code. And can the mods redeem those rewards for me as I write the code? and one stretch behind. All right, we're going to stretch and look at the docs. We found it. A Twitch subscription comes through with the subscription type, and it says for Twitch account. So here we go. Let's write the code. So over here, we want to say event for Twitch account instead of that. And we'll say, and the event data.type is equal to subscription. So when we get a Twitch subscription, that's going to come through. We get back the object. I guess this could potentially have multiple inside of it. At this point, I don't really care about who subscribed because I'm always just going to call the API to get my latest list of subscribers. So all I really need to know is that a Twitch subscription just happened, and then I can call my Twitch service. So this is second line of code, 2 lines of code. So we're going to create a service called Twitch/subs. And we're just going to say .create so that it will trigger and tell it to get the latest list of subs and then emit any subs that weren't listed before. Cool. So, but we actually need this service now. So over here in our Twitch folder, I actually already have a service for like chats and stuff like that, but we're going to create one called subs. So subs.service. And then this is just going to be a class, Twitch subs. This is Feathers.js, yeah. And we're just gonna export that class. So module.exports equals Twitch subs. Are we counting the lines of code? This is at least 4. We have at least 6 lines of code. So we're going to get the constructor. Well, we're defining the constructor, and we should get access to the app. I'm trying to figure out if we even need access to the app. I don't think we do. One more line. Okay, we've written enough, but I'm gonna get this working. One more line of code. Module.exports equal. Thank you. One more line of code. But I want to take a look at how I'm doing it with like the member service, because this is keeping track of the list of all members. It's basically like a cache, and then after we get the latest members, we sort them. And also, when you know what, we're just gonna copy this code and we're gonna modify it to work with the Twitch subs instead of the member subs. So does a copy and paste count? Because that's a bunch of lines of code. Comments count? I don't know. we got a bunch of lines of code. Doesn't count. Copy doesn't count. Doesn't count. Okay, we have to modify like every single line though. Okay, and so we need this function. We're gonna call this get subs, and this is actually going to reach out to the Twitch API. So we have our function get subs. That's going to call the Twitch API. And we actually do need a constructor. So in the constructor, and thank you BFG100 for the follow, I will say this.data equals null. So by default, when the app spins up, we don't actually have the Twitch subs. But if we ever request them, we're going to get all of the subs. Now let's see. I'm going to put it into the same format. Back to chatting. Thank you, Arika, for the follow. No, we got to get this. We got to get this going. So, yeah, if you take a look at my existing API, and you take a look at like Patreon/pledges, I've formatted all of the endpoints to return data in this format. So we have ID, name, and level. And then if we look at YouTube members, I've formatted it in exactly the same way. So we have ID, name, and level. So we're going to do the same thing with the Twitch subs, just so that there's a uniform API, and my overlay can use that same data format. So this is how we're going to reformat things once we get it back from Twitch. And then here, this is just get subs. Easy. Now all we got to do is implement this get subs function. All right. See you later, Linus Dev. Everyone should go watch InstaFluff, because this is a mess. Right, see if there's anything I didn't get. I joined the Discord, read the rules, introduced myself, and sent my very first. So if you need to acknowledge the code of conduct in the welcome channel, and you do that by emoji reaction. So if you do that, you'll get access to the rest of the channels. Yes. Here we go. One line of code. One line of code. One line of code. That I actually like that idea. All right. Okay, bye. Is focus mode refundable? Yes, it is. Okay, so now we actually need to call the Twitch API. And for that, we're going to go to the docs. We have this endpoint. No, not this one. We want to call get broadcaster subscriptions. This is our endpoint. We need to make a GET request here. Now, we do need to include our authorization token. And I believe I have that already because I'm listening for Twitch chats. Oh, I missed a stretch. All right. We're going to stretch right before we call the Twitch API, but we're going to do it. We are absolutely going to call this Twitch API and get that data. Refund. No. I'm stretching more than I ever have before. So that's a good thing, right? Thank you all for redeeming the stretches. Okay, so let's put this in a variable. Twitch subs. Yeah, my font is called Anonymous Pro. If you do ! VS Code, you'll get a link to all my setting, my theme, and my font and all that good stuff. I believe I already have Fetch installed in this app, so I'm just going to use that to make the request. Let's see. Hide my screen for just... Oh, no, I can look at the package JSON. If we look at the package JSON, I have... Oh, no, I have Axios. Great, we'll use Axios to make the request, only because I've already installed it. So we're going to bring in Axios. And then we're going to make that request. So when we call get sub, we're going to get back some response. We'll say axios.get. We'll pass in that API URL. And then we need to specify the headers. So we'll say headers. We need the authorization header. And then this will say bearer. And then we need to bring in our Twitch OAuth token. Like that. I believe it's, yeah, authorization bearer, and then we pass in the token. Cool. And then we need to pass in the broadcaster ID on the end here. And that's just my channel ID, which I have somewhere. So I'm not gonna look it up. So I'll figure it out. Or if anybody knows it, if you wanna flex and say, hey, I know the Twitch API. Here's Coding Garden's Twitch ID. That'd be great. That'd be great if you could give that to me. So we pass in the broadcaster ID. I want all tiers. I don't really care if it's a gift or not. Flex. Which is better, Axios or NodeFetch? NodeFetch is cool because it has the same API as Fetch, which is built into the browser, but it doesn't have built-in error handling. It doesn't have built-in automatic parsing. Thank you, Murdoch. Thank you very much. So there's a lot of things built into Axios that aren't built into NodeFetch, which is why I prefer to use Axios more often than not. But NodeFetch is cool. And thank you for the follow, Quantum Brat. Oh, so actually we do get the gifter name. I do care about gifting. We're going to show the gifter name. That's awesome. Awesome. Okay. TJ, flex, always. CSS joke, and we're writing JavaScript right now. All right, so I need to get my Twitch OAuth token. I believe I already have that in my environment variables, so I'm just going to double check. I'll bring that into this file, and should just work, right? First try. Oh no, do I not have it? All right, we're gonna add it. I'm keeping my screen hidden. You don't want to see this. You don't want to see what's happening here. Leaked, no. Twitch OAuth token. Let's see. You do not have my token. You stop it. Stop it. All right. Hidden lines of code don't count. What is the iFollow domain? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Twitch OAuth token. Okay. I'll show my screen for a second, but the first time I get back the response, I'm actually going to hide it because I don't know if the data in the response is secret. Oh, she.mo is streaming and drawing. Can we get a shout out for she.mo? So she.mo created, let's see, do I have it on the screen? I'll show it on the next screen. But they've created a ton of just like fan art on the channel, which is awesome. Oh, the I followed I name. Oh, no. She's, okay. She.dot is not drawing. And Shaggy with the sub. Thank you so much, Shaggy. Thank you. It's I-follow.now.sh. Wait, no, CJI. Did we get a link? Oh, no. Oh, see, it was a gifted sub. All right. We'll catch up. But this is the thing we built the other day on my really long stream. She.dot drew this image. Okay, I thought Andrew said She.dot was drawing. But can we get a shout out for She.dot anyway? But they made this drawing, and then we turned it into this interactive page where the eyes follow my mouse. That's creepy, isn't it? Cool. So there's that. Estás bien guapo traducción. Thank you, Elko. All right. What are we doing? That's fun. Also, yeah, it's very creepy. So I have my OAuth token defined in my environment variable, so we're actually going to bring that in. So let's just say const Twitch OAuth token. We're going to destructure that from process.env. So that's going to grab our token. We make the request, and then for now, I'm just going to log that data out. Yeah, we're going to log it. And I'm going to hide my screen when I do this because there shouldn't be any sensitive information in there, but I want to make sure that I'm not revealing anyone's emails or anything like that. I don't think I will be, but we'll hide my screen. So we call this function. It's going to call the API and then just log out that data. And that function will get called whenever I request this route. So last thing we need to do is register the route. So let's do that. Hide my screen for just a second. Do that in our services. Yeah, we're going to do that in our services. So this is where I'm registering all my services. I'm going to bring in my Twitch subs service. Cool. So that's my Feathers.js service. And then I need to register that service. And I'm just going to register that right about here. Well, no, we'll register at the bottom. App.use. We say, what is the path we want it on? And I mentioned I want it on Twitch/subs. And then I'm going to create a new instance of that Twitch sub service. Cool. You can see some other stuff going on here. I have some hooks that are protecting various routes. Like internal only means these routes can only be called by internal services. They can't actually be reached publicly. I have an API key here that prevents people from making requests without actually having access to things like that. Okay, so now that we've registered that, we should be able to make a request to my API/Twitch/subs, and we should see the result logged to the console. So I'm going to hide my screen. I'll tell you whether or not it worked, and then we'll get there. Twitch/subs. Cannot read property users of undefined. Oh. Okay, here we go. So I already have the app hosted. It's on an AWS Lightsail server, and I've already got it pre-configured with the domains, and I have my database deployed and all that good stuff. So I'm just adding some new endpoints here. Not found /Twitch/subs. Did I call it the wrong thing? need to hydrate. Thank you, Andrew, for that redemption. Configure services. Is the services file saved? I don't think I'm passing in the app. I'm not. Okay. Oh. Promise rejection. I see. It could be that my Twitch API call is failing altogether, and I actually need to do something with that response. Okay, so we're going to return error.response.data. With those VS Code settings, so you have to, I would just search the VS Code website. So just search for how to specify your settings. You're gonna have to update your settings.json file. The list of extensions you can just install from the extension store. Yeah, that's about it. All right. Why? Twitch subs service. We have the find method. Windows. Yeah, I know I'm still hidden. I gotta figure this out. I gotta figure out why it's not even getting called at all. Let's see. So we have Twitch subservice. The main item here is registering the service. I mean, it could be that I've registered the service at a different name. We're pulling in Twitch subservice. Twitch subservice. It's being exported. Let's see. Hola mundo. That's not how you spell hola, though. You forgot the H. It's probably why I didn't detect it as Spanish. Wait. Is it because I'm listening on a port that's already in use? How? How? Let's see. 555. All right, we're gonna listen on port 2020. Debugging Garden with CJ. That's exactly what's happening right now, but I can't show you my screen because I don't want anything to be exposed. Oh, I mean, these aren't prefixed with... That works. That gets a 404. Oh, okay. Okay. It actually is getting called, but there is an error. Oh! I'll show you. It's so bad. I need to await this axios.get. Ugh! Can't believe I forgot that. Okay. Because this is an async function. Okay. All right. and for whatever reason, so like this function would be like returning undefined. Wait. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to destructure it. We could have told you that if you showed your screen. Okay. Great. But now I'm getting a good error. It is saying missing channel read subscription scope. So I specified an OAuth token, but that OAuth token was not generated with this specific scope in mind. So I need to generate an OAuth token that has that scope. All right, we're almost there. We're so close. We are so close. So close. The Price is Right? Wait, what? Oh yeah, I love The Price is Right. So when I was a kid, so here's the thing. The Price is Right used to come on at 10 a.m. my time. So like on school days, I couldn't watch it. But if I ever got to stay home from school, I would absolutely watch The Price is Right. That was a hydrate. Oh, I stretched. Like any redemption I see is like, oh, I need to straighten up. We'll get there. Okay. And thank you, Ann Plack, for the follow. I will. Give me 1 second. I gotta write this code. I'm actually writing code here. Hydrate. Nice. Okay. So we have the, I'll show you in just a second. Gifter name, plan name, user ID. None of this is secret information, and I can show you it, and I'm so excited that I can show you this. Ta-da! We've got the list of subs. We need a soundboard. Oh. All right, not impressed. Hey, Majestic Guy. So we now have a list of subs, and what I need to do is I need to restructure that array into this format. So each object in there, I want it to look like this. So that way it'll show up in the right way on my overlay. Yeah, and thanks, Josiah, for helping out Dragons with all the configuration information. I'll show you really quick, Dragons, though. If you do Control-Shift-P and then search for Open Settings JSON, this is the file that I have, that I pasted on, what do you call it? On GitHub, on my VS Code settings. So if you just put all of my settings into here, you're going to get my exact setup. You might not want to do that, though. You might want to look at these settings one by one. And it might not be completely and totally up to date, because I do change these every now and then. So let's fix that. No leaks. Yeah, we haven't leaked so far. This is great. Like, time since last environment token leaked. Yeah, because this one's using the wrong theme. Let's just update this really quick. We're going to edit it right on GitHub. Stephen Yeet with the sub. Or was it a gift? No, it was a sub. Thank you very much, Stephen Yeet. The thing is, right now, I don't know if it's a gift or not in the overlay. But welcome to the Coding Garden. Much appreciated. And hello, Jay Decision. Welcome to the show. Bees. So here's my latest settings JSON. I'm going to put it on GitHub right now. Go. You missed the first 10 subs, yeah. So I enabled it yesterday, and people were like really quick to hit that sub button. Cool. And so if you refresh my VS Code settings thing, you're going to get the latest settings, the latest settings that you can copy. It's been 3 days, 6 hours, 43 minutes, and 12 seconds since the last leak. Oh, I need to hydrate. I'm sorry. Okay. Do we have any other redemptions on here? Here we go. Okay. Got to stretch. Thank you, Murdoch, for that stretch redemption. This is it. We're in the home stretch. We're about to make it happen. And Sandy Ross, here, I'm actually going to reject it. You should have gotten the points back, Sandy Ross, because I just stretched, or because I'm stretching right now. So you can use those points again next time. Leaks. Has anyone seen a leak yet? I'm pretty excited that I haven't leaked anything. So this is the format that we have it in, and we want to get it into this format. So this is a nice little coding challenge, right? We have an array of items that look like this. It looks like there's a home stretch. Hey, no, literally no pun intended. So we actually want to destructure the data property. And I am no longer going to put this in a try catch. We're just going to assume that it works. So we make the request to the Twitch API. It comes back with a data property, and then we put the data property in there. Great. And then we're going to return data. Awesome. So now all this commented out code that I commented out before, we can uncomment here. And now we need, before we return it, we need to take an array of items that look like this, and we need to turn it into this. So here we go. We can probably just do a map. So we'll do data.map. That's going to get us access to each, let's call them we'll call them a sub. And then that sub is going to have certain properties on it. So that sub, this value right here, has all of these properties: broadcaster ID, broadcaster name, gifter ID, gifter name. So what we want is the user ID. So that's what we're going to put in the ID property. So right here on this object that I return, I'm going to say ID is sub.user ID. Great. And then we also want the name, and that's coming from username. So I'm going to say name is sub.username. Another way to do this actually is with destructuring, and this will make it a little bit cleaner. So I can destructure, and I can say grab that user ID property, and let's rename that to ID. And grab that user name property, and let's rename that to name. And now, the thing that gets returned, we just pass in name and ID. Awesome. So we have ID, we have name. Now we want this level property, which is going to say like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. And so that itself is going to be an object. And we need the amount since. We'll basically need to do a conversion. Right now, I'm just going to specify the amount since as the tier, but I need to do a conversion because like tier 1 is technically like $4.99. We'll figure it out. But for now, I'm just going to say what property do I want? I want amount since. And that's going to be equal to the tier. And also, shout out to Pixel Logic Dev. Can we get a shout out from one of the mods for Pixel Logic Dev? He's a great streamer, member of the Live Coders team. And yesterday, he gifted a ton of subs in the channel. So I very much appreciate it. Created at. Looks like we don't have the created at date. Man. Let's look back at the Twitch API documentation and see if we can maybe request it. Yeah, we don't see how long they've been a subscriber. Unfortunate. Oh well. So I'm just gonna say new date. So today. And then last thing we need is the level ID, and that's really just what tier they're on. And I'm actually just gonna specify the tier as well. And hello Bob, welcome. Date.now. New date should do the same thing. And we need to destructure tier from the object here. Tier 1, 2, 3 are the tiers 1, 2, and 3. That makes sense. We could go ahead and map it. Let's do this. Tiers to price. And so we'll have an object where the keys are the tier value, like 1,000, and then the price is like the amount in cents, like $4.99. Actually, I don't know what the prices are. $29.99. I guess I could look it up. But what we want to do, tiers to cents. Yeah, just affiliate. And welcome, Pixa. 9999. 999 and 29.99. Let me know if that's not right. And then we can say tiers to cents with that given tier. Great. I think that's it. I think that's all we need. $24.99. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And that should do it. So now we've got that data back, and instead of being in the format that we got from Twitch, we'll refresh. Oh no, something went wrong. Here we go. Where did that error happen? Cannot read property slice of undefined. Oh, I see. We need to return a user's property. So all of this needs to be on user. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to say users equals that. And then we're going to return an object with users. And if I look at some of the other services, like YouTube members, we can see that it returns a users object and then also a levels property. Cool. And so that maps the levels to the different names. Awesome. So we're going to do that, and we'll create that as well. So levels, we're going to have a very similar map, but we just need to say what the type is. So my overlay uses this type to determine if we show avocado or different things like that. So this is actually maps to wallflower. 1,000 is wallflower. 2,000 is fertilizer. And $24.99 is an avocado. Awesome. And now we'll return that levels item as well. And if we did everything right, now our Twitch result, yes, it's in the same format as YouTube members and patron pledges. So we have our users, we have our levels. Great, 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 great. And thank you, Ajasha, for the follow. Much appreciated. Awesome. So now we can actually use this information in our overlay. And thank you, Zena Gaming, for the follow. Pixa is going to stream for the first time. Well, good luck. I would say don't be nervous. I mean, that's not going to help. Telling someone to not be nervous will not help. But just do your best. Do your best. That's all anybody can ask for. Hello, Gungamp. Welcome. Okay, so we have this endpoint. Now I can integrate it into my overlay. And we can actually test really quick. 2020 Twitch subs. Posture check. Thank you, Nova Horizon. I was just about to do that anyways. Make sure I'm sitting up straight. Okay. So we've got all that. That's great. I want to make sure it actually works. So if anyone wants to sub and you haven't, actually, Twitch Prime. Did you know that as an Amazon's Prime subscriber, you can get one free Twitch Prime subscription that you can gift to one of your favorite streamers? And all you have to do is link your Twitch and Amazon accounts and click the subscribe button on your favorite streamer's page. So yeah, that's a thing. But you don't have to sub. I'm gonna send out a test of it. And what should happen is when a new sub gets added, this will automatically update, and we'll get that latest sub in the array there. So, sub to CJ. No, you don't have to. Test subscription? Okay, so I just subscribed to myself. Oh, can you really, Ikrish? Cool. But now that I did that, if we look for Coding Garden, let's see. Did it actually get called? Because if I get the latest data, we want to make sure that it's there. And Re235R just subbed. Thank you very much for that Twitch Prime sub. Let's see if we can find your name in here. And let's make sure that our API is not, like, erroring. This could be expensive testing. No, I mean, that's why there's a way of, what do you call it? A way of sending test notifications from Streamlabs. Okay, cannot read property 5175211178 of undefined. Subs.service line 95. Data.users by ID. Oh, is that not even set? Heck. Oh, I think I need to update it. Yeah, so in this function, I actually, after I get all of the users, I need to update them in users by ID. Yeah, that's what I need to do. A test subscription won't hit Twitch's API, but I'm using the Streamlabs socket API, which is just telling me that there's a new sub, and then I'm just refreshing the entire list from Twitch instead of just inserting them into the array. And actually, let's take a look at how I'm doing it on... No, we can figure this out. I wrote this code. I can figure it out. So this .data.users by ID is undefined. And so here, we're saying this .data or get subs. Oh, I see. So we actually need to return users by ID right here. So I need to say... users by ID. And I need to create this as I'm iterating over the users. So we'll say users by ID is an object. And then we're doing a map. And before I was just doing an implicit return. But what I want to do now is we'll return that object. But inside of this loop, we're going to set them in users by ID. So we'll say like, this is our user. We'll say users by ID at ID. Just a second. Actually equals that user, and then we're going to return user. Okay, so that should have fixed it. And now if I refresh, we can see our latest member, RE235R. There they are. So they're listed. And now, if we search for Coding Garden, that's not listed. But if I run this test subscription, and then refresh the page and search for Coding Garden, maybe? Was there another error? This is expensive testing, isn't it? Oh. Oh. Thank you, Feed2K, for the follow. There are no benefits. It just means that you landed in the garden here when you did a drop. Can't find that. Latest data. Find it where they're not in there. Overwrite the latest data. So I'm just going to log when a new member gets created. Oh, of course it's not going to be listed in there because I just refresh it from the Twitch API. But if it's somebody that really was added, they will actually show up in the Twitch API. Okay. Yeah, so there really isn't an okay, so Murdoch is saying there's no API for channel points? That would be cool if you land on the garden award points, but I don't think I can. I will hydrate. And thank you for the follow, Srinivas. Okay. So we should at least see, when I test this subscription, we'll see it logged in the console. Or not. Let's look at our Streamlabs listener. If it's for Twitch account and the type is subscription. And plop with the sub. Or no, Sean gifted some subs. Thank you so much. You got to wait for me to debug or else I won't be able to see it. But thank you, R235R, for that Twitch Prime sub. And also thank you to Sean for gifting that sub to the community. Very much appreciated. Wonderful people. You all are wonderful people. And we should see... Who was it? Plop. Plop should be listed. But my socket event is not getting called at all. Wait. Oh, because the socket event isn't getting called, I believe, it's using the cached data. But okay, I need to make sure that this is actually getting called. Socket event. Log the event data there. So when I test it, oh wait, yeah. So we get event type subscription. Great, but this is calling app.service twitch subs.create, and when we call .create, if there was no data, it just returns. Let's just make sure that this gets called in here. Okay, so it should be working now, but it's not going to work with my test data because this just refreshes it from the API and the test data isn't going to be listed in the API. But I think we've done it. We're ready to go. At this point, I just need to implement it in my actual overlay. So it's my overlay will request this data, and then it will have the latest subs. And so now if we request subs, we should see plop. Why don't we see plop? I've been waiting for that API to be released since day one of channel points. There's ways of using pub subs to listen for redemptions. Yeah. And so that's actually what I'm doing for the redemptions in the overlay. I'm using pub sub to get when the rewards are issued, but there's no way to like give points to anyone. What is this Twitch Prime thing? Cool. I think that you're actually curious, but the thing is, in a lot of Twitch channels, there are people that just like troll to try and get the streamer to describe what Twitch Prime is. But if you link your Twitch account to, if you link your Amazon Prime account to Twitch, you get one free sub that you can give to any streamer. I'm curious why it's a meme. Yeah, it's a meme. I'm curious why I don't see plop in here though. Where are you, plop? Well, so I don't know if I'm going to justify it, but Amazon Prime is a benefit that you can pay for to get like fast shipping and Amazon Prime Video. Pogger with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you, Pogger. Thank you very much. Did it work? Socket event. Subscription. Pogger. Great. And if we refresh our endpoint here, PAAG. I wonder why we're not seeing... Is it paginated? Do I have enough data that I actually need to paginate? Oh, man. Okay. I thought I was done. I thought I was done. But we might need to paginate. I want to finish this before I go, so I'm going to finish this. So we're going to get back pagination here. So we want to destructure data, and we also want to destructure pagination. And then if there is a next page token, then I need to request more data. So that's a thing. I'm so cool, I need to paginate it. Hydrate and paginate. Limited to 100. I will say right now, I don't have 100 subs. 500 more to take a break. Refresh. That's there. Look here. Oh. I want to log pagination. The subs are here. Yeah, hello, Banana Crazy. Welcome. Is that sub with Twitch related to Amazon Prime subscription? Yes. So if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you can link it to Twitch and get a Twitch Prime sub. Okay. Fresh. Cursor. So I guess if the cursor doesn't come back null, then that means we have another page. So let's just for testing, let's add it on here. And we'll say and cursor equals that. That should give us the next page of results. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I think, is there a property for limit? Because that is giving us the next page. And then if we look at the next page, there's another cursor. Oh, wow. That's too much. Like, I don't want to make that many requests. Can I just say limit equals 200? Wait, window.json. .users. .link. Yeah, so it's only returning 20 at a time. I don't know, and it doesn't really describe if there's a way to request more than that. Yeah. Okay. All right, we can do this. Let's just write a pagination. Ziggy with a Twitch Prime sub. Thank you, Ziggy, very much. Okay, here's what we got to do. So, take a deep breath and paginate. So we have our default URL. Hey, what's up, Ziggy? Welcome to the show. We have our default URL, and we need to append that pagination token to it. So you can see we have the cursor that we get back from the first response. And so if you're new to making requests to APIs, this is something that you have to do every now and then, where you basically have to make multiple requests. Oh, never mind. Here it is. Wait, is that the right thing? No, that's stream markers. Okay, I was about to, like, I didn't see this. I thought I don't think I saw this query parameter. If I want to use Kraken, it can. That's what I tried. Let's try doing first. The thing is, first is not documented here, right? Right? I am a Twitch affiliate. Yep. Yep. Okay, that was it. So, anybody at Twitch, if you're watching, I don't know if this documentation is open source, but this particular endpoint is missing the first value for query parameters. However, I guess if I read, do you tell me early on that first is a common parameter that can be used anywhere? I don't see it. Yeah, the limit is still 100, but I'm not at 100 subs yet, so I don't have to code that today. So at this point, we at least got all of our data back. Yeah, thanks, Murdoch. It's a simple thing, but it's just like, oh yeah, what broke? Simple thing, but it's just not in the docs. First and after. But the thing is, I see it described on some of the documentation endpoints, but some of the other endpoints don't actually show that I can use it. Yeah, so I added first. And now we should get back 100. Wait. No, I mean, up to 100. Posture check. Thank you, Andrew. Oh, that's the deployed URL. Come on. Cool. It's working now. Great. Great. Give me a second. I'll get all this going. This was a long one. This was definitely lots of debugging, but, you know, towards the end here. Ziggy with the 5 gifted. Are you trying to get me over 100? I'll tell you that it's not over 100, but with the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much, Ziggy. Very much appreciated. So Banana Crazy and Sveltina and Hork and Lacerated and Thapa, you all get subs. Congrats, congrats, congrats. And thank you very much, Ziggy, for being so generous. Wow. Can we get some hype emotes in the chat? Hype emotes. Let's do... Oh, well, they're ditto for sure. Ditto, ditto, ditto. Bongo cat. Trolled. Party parrot. Hype! There we go. I could play the ukulele instead of the default sub sound. I could, but that requires effort. Here. We get a song though. I'm late for work. I gotta go to work. I mean, I don't have any meetings this morning, but I should be working right now. We're a little out of tune. We just got a subscriber. We just got a subscriber. We just got a subscriber. I wonder who it's from. And thank you to Ziggy for all of those gifted subs. Zelda. I don't know Zelda. We're not over yet. Wait. Not over yet. Hey, gamer cat Nico, welcome. 5,000 points for a song. I could do that. Absolutely do that. All right, give me 1 second. I need to get all this code good and ready, and then we can update the updating the overlay should be fairly simple. It should be fairly simple. Oh yeah, I sang a song about Viewtify a while back. In one of my YouTube videos. All right, let's see what changed. We added listen for things. We added that. Yeah, so I uploaded some emotes, but they have not been approved yet, so we'll have to wait for that. We added... Oh, there's a console log. Let me get rid of that console log. Okay, ready to go. I made the emotes. They're just variations of my Coding Garden logo. And actually, no, and then I also added the Yerba Mate emote, which was made by Heck. And what else did I add? There's the CJ grinning emoji, which was created by Tony from NoobQuest. And then there's also the CJ pixel face, which was created by Tony. Alka made Trolled. I didn't make that an official emote, though. There's not a JS flower, but I added an emote. I'll show you really quick. I'll show you the emotes. Give me 1 second. Playing hooky. No, I mean, I work from home anyway, so I'm just gonna work later into the day is all that means. Oh, you made it? thought Alka clipped it. Okay, I'm so sorry, Majestic Eye. 1,000 apologies. Majestic Eye made the trolled emote. Because I thought Alka had like clipped it and then like removed the alpha and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you so much, Majestic Eye. I did not know. What was that? Oh. Shermhouse says I've pressed the panic key. Sorry for everyone hearing that Windows notification. Wait, oh, that's my ukulele. Let's get that out of the screen. I do. So I'm doing some things that I don't want to show on screen. So yeah, my work email, no. That was my Windows machine throwing a notification. Doc Turner with the 10-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Doc. Doc? Murdoch. I'll call you Murdoch because there already is a Doc on the channel. Unless you're the same person. I don't know. Parse cheer motes for the drop game? I need to. I watched Alka's stream once, and he was doing that for his. I haven't gotten into parsing cheer motes at all. Wait. I'm listed as a sub on my own channel? I guess I am, because they default to giving you a tier 3 sub. Okay. Working from home is worse than working in an office. Because from home, you need to send reports and other stuff. In an office, there's no one looking at you just scrolling Reddit. It's true. Like when you're at home, you have to make sure people think or know that you're actually, what do you call it? Working. you have to appear productive. All right, one moment. We'll get there soon. Yeah. Well, so Majestic Eye. Okay, so Majestic Eye linked to the clip where that emote actually comes from. Murdoch D27. Well, it's the merging of docs is what it is. I'm not gonna read that out. Read that out loud. Informath music. But thanks for trying. Singing Garden with CJ. Free songs. Members, Twitch subs. We're almost there. I keep saying that, but Okay, almost there. Why am I seeing that? Nobody's getting married. Okay, all the Twitch. Okay. Show us something. It's really weird. We're almost there. I am about to show you right now. Here we go. All right. And if I did it. So I didn't show actually coding the overlay, but I can show you can look at the past stream to see how it was actually coded. I have not tested this, but I think it's going to work on the first try. Here we go. Shout out. So Coding Garden is brought to you by all the wonderful subscribers on Twitch, all of the wonderful members on YouTube, and all of the wonderful patrons on Patreon. I appreciate you all. Thank you for the support. Here it comes. Is it going to work? Who wants to take bets? Is it going to work? It's a single column. Okay, but it sort of works. It sort of works. Thank you everyone so much. Here you are, all the new the Twitch subs. I appreciate all of you. Thank you to everyone that has been gifting subs in the channel. That's amazing. Thanks to everyone for using your Twitch Prime sub on me. I need to fix the 2-column thing. That's a thing. Yeah, it almost worked. Okay, yeah, some people were asking about emotes. I'll show you which emotes will be available when I enable them. One moment, though. We're going to wait for all the Twitch subs to go by. That's a lot. There's so many of you. I should probably fix the 2-column thing. Oh, I know why. I know exactly why. .twitch. So that's actually going to refresh it. And then I actually want them all to appear much faster. 0 point set. It's going to scroll a whole lot faster because there's a lot to get through. Here we go. 2 columns. 2 columns and faster. That's not that fast. Thank you to all the Twitch subs. Okay. So there's tier 1, 2, and 3. Tier 1 I'm calling Wallflower, though I probably should rename tier 1 to be Fertilizer. Tier 2 I'm calling Fertilizer. I might actually rename that to... It needs its own category. And then tier 3 is Avocado. But you can do different tiers. But with Twitch Prime, you can only do tier 1. Did I mean 1.7? So this is, what was the code? The code says the number of users times, oh, I want to make it faster. All right, let's just do this. I'm gonna wait. Oh wait, oh, there we go. So that everyone got their chance to show up on screen, but let's go even faster. Just watch it spin by. I think it might be too fast. Did it just like scroll by instantly? Hello, it's Flu. Yeah, I thought I need to make, yeah, it's smaller, it's like per user. That's what I thought. The number of seconds per user, and we're showing like 2 to a column. Yeah, like this. That's probably good. It's like a little shaky because it's going so fast. But yes, thank you to everyone. In just a second, I'll show you the emotes, and then I gotta go to work. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks for all the new subs. You really didn't have to do that. Thanks for all the gift subs. That was awesome. Yes, I enabled affiliate on the channel here. Let me hide my screen. Okay, you can't. Okay, that's fine. We showed them one. 0.420 for perfection. Yes, I like that. Though it is really fast. Just a second. Oh, I'll show you again, Andrew. We'll do it one more time. Just because debugging and such. 0.420. Hey. Emotes. Yeah, I'll show you this. So these are the emotes that I have pending. There is the yerba mate emote. There is the Coding Garden heart emote. And here's everyone. Look for your name, Andrew. It should show up. There's the CJJS. So it looks like the JavaScript logo, but it's actually CJ. And then there's just the seedling, which you can use as an emote as well. I guess I should sort them by name because I don't have how long they've been a sub. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wait, do we see Andrew's name? Oh wait, did it happen again? Oh, that's so fast. You saw it? No. Okay. Murdoch saw it. We're gonna say that it was there. Cool. All right. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm late. I gotta go to work. You can watch in the replay, Andrew, but it should be there. Thank you everyone again for all the gifted subs and the bits. You all are wonderful. I appreciate you. Stick around for the credits as well, because if you did sub or you gifted subs, you'll see your name in the credits at the end of the episode. And stick around because we're going to raid a channel. Who are we going to raid? I don't know, but stick around, copy that raid message, and share the Coding Garden love. So wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And until next time, here's this.